The news we are waking up to this morning is not good at all, and it really damages the rest of West Ham United's season. Ex-WHU employee overnight has provided an update on Issa Diop's injury as he hobbled in the last few minutes of that Burnley game in the London Stadium. Most of us thought nothing of it, that he just picked up a bit of cramp or something, or it was just something minor. But if we thought that, we thought wrong. X's report does say our ITK ex-WHU employee has provided an update on the injury situation providing Issa Diop. Unfortunately, the situation does not look positive, as it looks that it could be a serious ankle/Achilles tendon injury. Whilst not confirmed, there is a chance it could be season ending. At this stage, the club will be hoping that Zuma and Ogbonna can recover quicker than expected, with Ogbonna especially ahead of schedule. There is also a small chance that Diop's injury isn't as bad as first feared. Well, that is crap. And, I'm not going to say anything else really straight away. That is absolutely rubbish, because only West Ham United could have 3 centre-backs and all 3 of them go, which leaves 1 man. 3 years ago, just before I delve into it quickly, 3 years ago, if somebody would have told me, Jake, in 3 years' time, West Ham United are going to be in a Europa League semi-final, and our only fit first-team centre-back is Craig Dawson, I would have went, are you feeling all right? But that's literally the situation we're in now. We know Zuma, he's out. Ogbonna, he's out until what we heard a few weeks ago was until the end of April at the absolute earliest. And Diop's played 1 game, or 2 games, and he's picked up an Achilles tendon injury, which is not nice, because we all saw it in the last 5 minutes. He was hobbling up for corners. He was in quite a bit of pain there. Most of us just forgot that, to be honest, because David Moyes didn't take him off, because he would have had to put a youngster on, and he just battled out those last 5 minutes, and then we all kind of forgot about that until the news that we have been given overnight. And I think the West Ham Twitter community is in absolute disarray, and has been in absolute disarray overnight. If you can tell, it's my morning voice, because I've literally just woke up and read this. I'm absolutely gutted. But the options we've now got is either we slot Ben Johnson to centre-back. I think he's a very good defensive player. We are hearing he can play at centre-back. Or the only logical option we have is to call up one of the under 23 centre-backs to partner Craig Dawson. Is it Jamal Baptiste and A.G. Alese? Alese has been the one that's been favoured by most fans, saying he deserves this call-up now. He's highly rated, and he's the captain of the under 23s. Of course, Declan Rice has been considered to put a centre-back, but many of us do not agree with that, and that is me, myself. Declan Rice at centre-back was always going to be, a couple of game thing, I think. This could be till the end of the season now. An under 23 could be walking out onto that pitch in a Europa League semi-final. Yeah, literally. This is really, really bad. And to be fair, do I blame David Moyes here? I think it's just unlucky. If it would have been a striker, or if it would have been a left back in this situation, if Creswell or Antonio got injured, I think everybody would have went in on Moyes. But the fact that we have 4 centre-backs, maybe we're one short, you could argue we're one short, but we've got 4 centre-backs there. The 3 of them have got injured. That's just unlucky. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. That's the part of football that is completely out of a manager and a club's hands. And it's just so unfortunate in the biggest time in our last 10 to 15 years that this has happened. Free transfers, that's not going to happen. The harsh reality of it is David Moyes is going to have to start A.G. Alese until Ogbonna gets back. If that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whether he's not back until the end of the season, well, just hope Alese can cope. Maybe it's somebody telling us just we need to start Alese, because he's going to have an absolute blinder until the rest of the season. Always got to have a positive spin on it, but it's a really, really negative situation this morning, because I'm just scrolling through Twitter now and everybody is absolutely gutted, as I am. It's an absolute defensive disaster, an absolute defensive disaster. It's such a shame. It's really, really bad. people are saying they've got to drop somebody back into centre back because they can't. It'd be so harsh on an under 23 to dive them in with how many games we've got? 6 games to go or something, and a Europa League semi-final. Starting an under 23 in Europa League semi-final. I know we haven't got much choice, but I'm sure David Moyes has got a way around it, and it's going to be so interesting when we walk in Stamford Bridge next weekend what David Moyes does if we don't get any more updates on Angelo Ogbonna, Kurt Zouma, or of course Issa Diop if it's not, if the injury isn't as bad as first feared. But yeah, really, really gutting news this morning. We were all getting ready for Chelsea after a disappointing game against Burnley, and that's a really sucker punch because that. Yeah, I don't really know what to say here. Not many people are really blaming David Moyes, which I think is fair, if I'm honest with you. But people are saying Declan Rice is not good at centre back. Don't start Declan Rice at centre back, which I think is fair. He's got to start in midfield. And there's no doubt in that. Him and Souček have to start in midfield. People are saying chuck Antonio at right back, Bowen up front, Vlasic on the right, Antonio at right back. Ben Johnson at centre back, Dawson, and then Creswell on the left hand side. We are going to have to make some sort of defensive partnership that is unorthodox, that's not ever been seen before, that's not right in terms of a West Ham defence. But what I'm going to say is I don't blame David Moyes in this situation. 4 centre-backs he must have thought was plenty, and I'll back him on that because it's not, 3 centre-backs getting injured. It's super, super unlucky, especially all at the same time. And we're going to have to just shrug it off, go with it, and see what David Moyes does in that position and see what he's got up his sleeve. This is where David Moyes earns his money now, and this is serious. David Moyes earns his money in the next 6 days until the Chelsea game because he's got to work out what the hell to do. Because if our centre-backs aren't back, he's going to have to work out what the hell to do. He earns top dollar, I swear. And he's got to earn that this week. He's got to think of a master plan to make this work because we have to, This is our biggest game in donkey's years in a couple of weeks, Frankfurt. We can't be starting an under 23 centre back. I mean, just let Craig Dawson do it all. Tell you what, sod it. Just let Craig Dawson do it all. Let's just have a 3-man defence. Let's have Creswell at left back, Johnson at right back or Soufal, and then just Dawson as the centre back, the only centre back. Just let him do it all on himself. Oh dear, really, really bad. Really bad for West Ham this morning, but we're going to have to get over it, and David Moyes is going to have to think of something to get us past this, and hopefully it doesn't damage our European hopes. I know, of course, your European semi-final in a couple of weeks, but thanks everybody for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. I've been Jake Cox, 8:30 in the morning, on holiday. Not happy, really gutted, but I'll catch you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Issa Diop's out for the rest of the season. David Moyes, earn your money. Who's going to play there? We'll have to wait and see. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.